The following program is a production of HEW Entertainment and contains views, opinions, commentaries, and content that may offend some subscribers of this show. Listener discretion is advised.
It's that time once again for HEW Entertainment Radio.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Hosted by Jonathan Clarke.
You beat the man! You gotta beat the man! Woo!
Be sure to join us in the live chat room during the show.
Hulkamania is running wild like it's never ran before.
Call us on one of our request lines. If you live in the United States, call us at 1-641-985-7800, box number 3729288. If you're from Canada and would like to call us from 1-647-724-4194, box number 3729288. Long distance charges may apply in some areas.
I've been the World Heavyweight Champion 10 times.
Or you can always drop us a line at MySpace, myspace.com/HEW Entertainment.
And you will rest in peace.
Emailing us works for you too. Email us hewwrestling@hotmail.com.
I am a wrestling god. JBL.
And now, without any further ado, here is your host of HEW Entertainment Radio on the official website of HEW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke.
The champ is here!
Streaming live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. HEW Entertainment Radio is inviting you to comment on our video blogs, join the conversation, and like us. So what are you waiting for? Log on and listen now.
Don't miss out on any of the action. Download our app on the App Store, Google Play, and the official website of HEW Entertainment. Once you download and install it, you'll get caught up on news, YouTube videos, and more. Download it now.
Sierra Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield.
be talked about for years by wrestling fans if 2015 really was the year of Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble match, headlining WrestleMania, defeating Bray Wyatt at Hell in a Cell, becoming champion at the end of the year. It will be argued for forever if 2015 really was an outstanding year because of what Roman Reigns contributed to the year in the way of highlights. And now 2016 is kicked off with this unbelievable announcement that for the first time in 24 years, he will defend his championship in his first pay-per-view title defense, by the way, in the Royal Rumble match, having to face 29 unbelievable challenges to overcome and go to WrestleMania as champion. That's what he's got to do. That's what he's faced with insurmountable odds. As of Vince McMahon's announcement of the first Raw of 2016, we now know Roman Reigns pretty much has no chance of winning the Royal Rumble. And I say that he's going to pull a Mick Foley because out of everybody that you could have headlined this year's WrestleMania, we've seen Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania before. You don't really think he's going to go headline back-to-back WrestleManias. It's not like he's a Rock. It's not like he's a John Cena. It's not like it's a Randy Orton. We're talking about here, it's Roman Reigns, someone who nobody really knows anything about. And I think WWE are just trying to create a name out of Roman Reigns with everybody on the DL, from Sting to Seth Rollins to Randy Orton. They know these wrestlers aren't going to be able to headline WrestleMania with us just weeks away from it. So they're doing everything out of an act of desperation to try to create Roman Reigns into a somebody and to get him noticed, even if that means putting him in the ring as the defending champion against Triple H after Roman Reigns overcomes everything. Now, I don't want to kill the hope of every Roman Reigns fan and supporter he may have out there, because I know they do exist out there. But with these odds Reigns is faced with, depending on his number of entry in the Royal Rumble match, which could range anywhere from number 1 to number 30, I really don't think he has much of a chance. I mean, look at who he has to face. The 4 Wyatt family members, the 4 League of Nations members, Dean Ambrose, possibly the Big Show is in there as well, the returning Chris Jericho, and who else knows who will make a surprise appearance in the Royal Rumble. And it also wouldn't surprise me if Brock Lesnar announces that he wants to be in the Royal Rumble because it's for the championship, following a challenge that Paul Heyman made to Roman Reigns on the behalf of Brock Lesnar at last year's Slammies, saying that Brock Lesnar wanted to be one of Roman Reigns' first major challenges to have to overcome on the road to WrestleMania. So it wouldn't surprise me if Lesnar threw his name into this year's Royal Rumble, even more so because it's now for the championship. Everybody wants to be in that match. And I mean, who really out there believes Reigns has a chance of winning the match outside of the supporters Reigns has? I really don't know. There's just something about Roman Reigns defending the championship against, obviously, Triple H. We know that's the match for Reigns to have this year at WrestleMania, but there's just something about that, the title being on the line in the match, that makes no sense to me at all. If anything, I think Roman Reigns and Triple H should have a straight-up fight. Now, with the tweet of The Rock saying he's coming to WrestleMania, it makes sense to have Reigns face Triple H in a match at WrestleMania. Whether or not it's going to be for the championship, I really don't know, but The Rock coming to WrestleMania may be the only hope that Reigns has of actually going into WrestleMania and headlining it as champion, just so The Rock can come in and give Triple H the rock bottom, which Roman Reigns does not need to be champion for The Rock to do. It also wouldn't surprise me none if The Rock made an appearance at the Royal Rumble and assisted Reigns in retaining his championship, because he knows Roman Reigns is backed into a proverbial corner and he's faced with insurmountable odds which nobody else would be able to overcome. Now, Reigns have had stranger things happen to him in 2015, which was a horrible year for Reigns with everything he had to overcome, but it was an incredible year in the same light, because, I mean, he won the Royal Rumble, he went to WrestleMania, he headlined it against Brock Lesnar, he defeated Bray Wyatt at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, he became champion at the end of the year, he won the 16 elimination tournament at Survivor Series in the injury of Seth Rollins, he was supposed to have headlined Survivor Series last year against Seth Rollins, and he became champion at the end of the year. He's punched Vince McMahon in the face, he's almost powerbombed Stephanie, he's put Triple H out of action as COO, he hasn't been seen since. What an incredible year. So does 2016 need to be just as incredible for Roman Reigns? Probably, if you're trying to create Roman Reigns into the next Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin. But it seems like to me in recent weeks and recent months, he's really become the mirror image of Vince's Stone Cold Steve Austin. It may be Vince McMahon's new Stone Cold we're looking at here, with how many times Roman Reigns has put his hands on Vince McMahon, obviously hyping up for what we know to be Triple H versus Roman Reigns this year at WrestleMania in Texas. But I don't think the match needs to be for the championship, because I think they need to have a straight-up fight. There's already enough emotion put behind this match, both emotion and intensity, and if you want a championship match this year at WrestleMania, you can put anybody else in the ring to represent the championship match, an angle we'd be looking at for WrestleMania outside of Roman Reigns. I just don't think he can keep on winning, and the question is, when will this train of momentum run out on the tracks for Roman Reigns? We're trying to figure that out,
And I think it's going to be about 26 through 28 days getting him up to his first pay-per-view title defense since winning it last year at TLC. And the fallout of that pay-per-view, I think that's pretty much what we're looking at, 26 through 28 days for Roman Reigns, because it's only happened once in history that someone has won the Royal Rumble and won it and became champion. That was Ric Flair in 1992, over 24 years ago. And I think he came in at number 7 or 8 and went over an hour before he was crowned champion when the title was vacated that year. It's only happened once, and it will obviously depend on what number Reigns draws in the Royal Rumble. The luckiest number in the Royal Rumble had been number 1 through 30. It's also been number 27. So 1, 27, and 30 are pretty much the odds that Reigns will have of winning the match this year, and he has probably a better chance of winning the Royal Rumble at number 1 because the number 1 position has produced just as many winners as the coveted number 30 spot has, and 27 has produced so many winners as well over the years. 27, 29, he's got to get a number like that, because if he comes in as number 3, number 4, number 5, any number thereafter, up to about 27 through 30, he pretty much has no chance of winning this match. Again, it will depend on what number he draws and who else will make surprise appearances in the Royal Rumble match. We had Bubba Ray Dudley, the Boogeyman, last year, and they got huge pops in the Royal Rumble match. So surprise entries in the Royal Rumble match could range from anyone. It could be an ECW alumni in the way of Rhino or Tommy Dreamer. It could be somebody we haven't seen in years. It could be Goldust, who knows. So there are surprise entries in the Royal Rumble, but the diversity in the Royal Rumble match this year is something I'm really impressed by. I guess it has something to do with the championship being on the line. We have Brock Lesnar, obviously, who's going to announce that he's in the Royal Rumble as of tonight. 2 weeks prior to the Royal Rumble match, he's returning for the first time since last year's victory over The Undertaker, so he's going to want to do something big. And you know they have big plans for Brock Lesnar, who signed on for 2016 to make some pay-per-view appearances. Obviously,